All right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. This is a special edition, just a quickie to kind of give you a primer of the teams that are going to be here at the College World Series. Of course, everything gets started on Friday at 1 p.m. This is the Let It Fly Sports Bar, kind of let's just call it the headquarters for the College World Series. We're taping this on a Thursday night while you have the Oregon State fans that are here. Outside, they're going to have an entire area just for all the Murray State fans. Of course, you probably know the tie-in with Murray State and the Let It Fly Sports Bar. Ryan Miller, former assistant basketball coach with Creighton, of course, brother of Mike Miller, who is the owner of Let It Fly. And so they're going to bring all their people. I think they have about 500 people traveling here from Murray, and they're going to have some stuff going on outside and just have a blast and have a good old time. But we're going to do some stuff with them hopefully on Sunday. But along with Murray State being here and Oregon State tonight, Coastal Carolina is also going to come in here with their team and have some fun as well. I believe they are doing that on Friday. So all of that leads to right here, the Let It Fly Sports Bar, the college football headquarters for fun in the Capital District. All right, quick primer. As we all know, if you're following college football at all or what's happened so far leading up to the College World Series, Arkansas is your favorite heading into the College World Series. Why is Arkansas your favorite? Well, obviously they're one of the best teams. They've been here a lot. Plus, with Dave Van Horn as their head coach, they also have one of the best coaches in college baseball. It is really intriguing when you think about the Arkansas fans. So the Arkansas fan base considers themselves in many ways basketball fans. They've had the most success, at least in the last 30 years, in basketball, winning the championship in 1994. And then, of course, if you go all the way back to the late 60s, early 70s, Arkansas football was challenging for national championships. But right now, really, Arkansas baseball is where they lay most of their pride, and they're going to bring a lot of fans. They've got a great pitching staff, and what makes them a little special is that they had a couple guys who were in their bullpen who were injured most of the season who are now back, who came back during the regional and came back during the super regional. And really, Arkansas dominated through both of those and come into the College World Series as the favorite. As I mentioned, dominating. They won all 5 games in that super regional by a combined 41 to 13, absolutely dominating those games. So not only can they hit the ball, they obviously can pitch the ball, but they're also a pretty good fielding team as well. I believe their RPI was somewhere, I think 8. So it's like RPI is 8, Coastal's 9, LSU is 10, something like that. Maybe it's 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. The number 2 team, personally, I think is LSU. They're kind of a co-favorite with this thing. But the problem is Arkansas and LSU are on the same side of the bracket. So you can't pick both of those because of that, them both being on the same side of the bracket. They're going to play each other on Saturday, which is really the premier game of the first couple of days of the College World Series. LSU is just a little bit, in terms of favorite, behind Arkansas. But the next team to talk about really is Coastal Carolina, because Coastal Carolina is on the other side of the bracket. As I mentioned earlier, great RPI. Yes, they don't play in one of the big conferences, but they go out and they compete in their non-conference. They compete during the midweek. Coastal's a very good team. Not only can they really hit the ball, one of the things that Coastal does better than anybody else is field it. They have a great fielding percentage, and on top of that, they've won 23 games in a row, heading into here, going into Auburn and sweeping Auburn, which I think many people probably thought that Auburn was the favorite in that, although Coastal was really on a hot streak heading in there. And then, of course, like I said, 23 in a row after winning 2 at Auburn and sweeping them. So then we get to LSU. LSU's probably, out of all the teams, most equipped to go into the losers bracket. If you don't follow the College World Series like Caleb, our producer, doesn't, what you do is you start off with kind of like a mini pool play. 2 losses and you're out. First loss, you head into the losers bracket. Elimination bracket, they like to be called. So Friday's teams, the winner turns around Sunday and plays Sunday evening. The losers play Sunday during the day. Same thing with Saturday. The Saturday teams, they play, of course, an early game at 1 o'clock. The loser of that one plays the early game on Monday. The winner of it plays the late game on Monday. And that's the way it works. If you can come out of the elimination bracket. It takes really good bullpen, takes a really good pitching staff overall, and a lot of depth, and LSU actually has that. And so I could see LSU losing that game to Arkansas and doing like they did a few years ago when they won the national championship back in 2023. They went in the losers bracket, came out of it, and ended up winning the national championship. Of course, they had one of the best pitchers in baseball at the time, so I'm not sure they have that to be able to do it. But Arkansas sitting there at 2 or 3. And then UCLA, a really interesting team in the Bruins. Obviously, they're a Big Ten team now, which we don't think a lot about because UCLA in your mind is always a Pac-12 school. But, yes, representing the Big Ten, really good pitching staff, really good first-game starter in Michael Barnett. I believe that UCLA's got a really good shot in that opening game. Now, they get Murray State, the team that is, without a doubt, the Cinderella of this whole thing, coming in at plus 4,000 to win the whole thing. They get UCLA early on, so that would be interesting to see with that matchup. Then you have Oregon State. I mentioned the two sides of the bracket. You have Arkansas, right, and LSU. Other side of the bracket, Coastal Carolina and Oregon State. Most people think that the championship series is going to come out of those 4 teams. I wouldn't be surprised. Arkansas, LSU. I think it's Coastal that comes out because they're such a complete team. They played a tough schedule. But Oregon State is the most unique team in all of this bracket. Remember, Oregon State was a member of the Pac-12. Then they had to go and be an independent. So they had to put together a 50-some game schedule playing independently. No conference games to count on. They played a very tough schedule. Wherever somebody wanted to play a game, they went there and they played the game. Truly one of the toughest schedules in college baseball. And they have a great bullpen as well. That's a team that them and Coastal, either one of them, could be in that final series on that Monday and Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for that final series. Then after those 4 teams mostly, it kind of drops off. After Arkansas, LSU, Coastal, and then Oregon State, as I mentioned, UCLA, Louisville, that's kind of your next 2 teams that you could think about, maybe giving them a shot to win it. Louisville is a team that played a great schedule, obviously, in the ACC. It's a really good team. Won the title back in 2019, first time they've been back since then. But they do not have a good pitching staff, and their bullpen is even worse. So when you look at what they have, maybe they can outscore somebody. That's a possibility. But I don't think they have enough pitching to be able to get to the championship series. I think the same thing is true with Arizona. Now, Arizona went in, they beat UNC in North Carolina. Everybody that was picking this thing thought North Carolina was going to be here. Everybody thought they were going to be here. North Carolina fans thought they were going to be here. Arizona loses a game to North Carolina. Everybody's like, okay, they're going to win the next game. Nope. Arizona bounces back, wins, gets here to Omaha. It is their 18th time coming here. Of course, they've won 2 national championships as well. And then the last team I mentioned, Murray State, coming here as a true Cinderella. Ole Miss is another team that a lot of people liked. They went in there, beat Ole Miss in a 3-game series. And what Murray State does better than anybody else in this whole thing is score. They are the number 1 offense currently here, number 2 overall in terms of runs. They are loaded. This is a team that will beat you 13-10, 14-11. And those are real scores that Murray State has played over the last couple of weeks. So if anything can happen, as we always talk about here in Omaha, certainly Murray State has a chance. They just don't have enough in terms of pitching once their starters are out. They're 11th in scoring, generating 70 runs in 7 tournament games. Think about that, 70 runs in those tournament games they played in so far. Even had to play some over extra inning games playing in their conference tournament as well. But Murray State is, the Racers are certainly a unique team here when you talk about all 8 teams that are here at the College World Series. I wouldn't call it balanced. I would kind of call it tiers. You have the tier of LSU and Arkansas as one tier. Then you have Oregon State as one tier along with Coastal. And then it's kind of the next 3 teams, Louisville, Arizona, and UCLA. And then the final thing, of course, would be Murray State because they are the ones that would truly be an upset. Kind of a primer of the teams that are coming here that are going to be playing starting on Friday down at Charles Schwab Field. if you're looking for some place to have some fun, you're looking for a place to come get something to eat, watch the games, come on down to the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. Great specials always. It's going to be a party here. You'll see fans from every single team in here having fun. And then if you wanted to support the real Cinderella, which a lot of people in Omaha do when they have one, come on down here right in the back. That's where the tailgating will be. That's where all the Murray State fans will be. The Racer fans will be there, along with Mike Miller, former NBA star, co-owner of Let It Fly Sports Bar, along with Ryan Miller, former coach at Creighton. And then maybe, there is some fingers crossed that maybe Ja Morant, former Murray State racer, NBA player with the Memphis, shows up here as well. So that's certainly a possibility. And I know Coach Rule, who's always, wherever stuff is going on, he'll be here Sunday from like 2 to 4, taking part in a cool event that's happening here at Let It Fly Sports Bar. The place to be for the College World Series. Come on down and have some fun. Thank you to our sponsor, Bud Light, who always make it easy to drink, and easy to enjoy. And reminder, great drink specials, great food specials down here at the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. And don't forget about the Let It Fly Sports Bar in Elkhorn as well. Thanks for joining us for our primer of the 8 teams coming to the College World Series. Have a great time, and we'll probably talk to you again on Sunday as we continue to cover the College World Series with the Let It Fly Sports Bar and the Let It Fly Show.